Hello everybody and welcome to this short presentation with some guidance about how to look after your own mental health and well-being during this time. Now we're all obviously in a national lockdown at the moment and that can be really difficult and really stressful, and then we are also spending an awful lot of time online as part of our live learning, and we want to make sure that we're doing all we can to educate you how best to look after yourself during this time. Now if you are feeling that your own mental health and well-being is a little bit shaky, it might well feel like any of those things that are the symptoms that are there on the screen in front of you. It might be that you are feeling really teary for no particular reason. It might be that you are losing interest in doing anything at all, or you've got general kind of upset thoughts that you really can't pinpoint. And similarly, there might be physical manifestations where our mental health and well-being is a little bit shaky, and we might feel like we're tired all of the time, we might not be sleeping very well, and so on. All of these things are part and parcel of normal human existence. It is normal to have mental health that kind of goes up and down a little bit. It doesn't mean that we're weird or strange or different in any way, shape or form. And what this presentation is going to focus on is things that you can do to actually make a difference. Now, one of the things that we're doing as a school is that from Monday the 18th of January, all of your lessons will be 50 minutes, so that you have got longer to have a proper little break in between each of your lessons. And every lesson will start on the hour, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Then you've got your lunch between 12 and 1, and then you've got 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So all of your lessons will start on the hour and they will last for 50 minutes. Form time will remain as it's been, 8:30 until 8:50. The most powerful thing that we can do when we're feeling like our own mental health and well-being is on the downturn is to actually realise that we can be an agent for change, that we can actually take steps ourselves to improve our own mental health and well-being. And that's the very most important first thing to remember. We can be agents for change where we make some active changes ourselves that can have a big impact on how we are feeling. And the next few slides are going to give you some particular examples. There are lots of hyperlinks on the next slide, so I'm also going to send this presentation out in its original PowerPoint form so that you'll be able to click on those links, and I hope you're going to find something in it that you will be able to use yourself. What I would do with the presentation at this point is I would pause it and have a look at all of the things, all of the suggestions that are there on the screen behind me, because these are activities to do when you're away from Teams, when you're away from those live lessons, that will make a difference to your mental health. I saw some advice that Mr. Markham had given to one of the Year 9 students recently over an email, which I thought was excellent. And what he said was that when we're in normal school and normal life, being on screen can be a break from real life, but actually that's flipped over as it is at the moment. We're on screen a lot as part of our normal life, and we need to be doing all that we can so that when we're not on those live lessons, we're doing activities that take us away from being on the screen. And this slide gives you some ideas, as do the subsequent slides. So to give you some really specific quick things that you can do in your 10-minute break to complement the last slide, here's a nice long list of things that you could try to do in those 10-minute break. Certainly getting up. All right, don't stay hunched over your computer in those 10 minutes, or go straight from working on your computer or your laptop to doing something on your phone. Put those things away and actually do something that's physically different in those 10 minutes. I really like the idea that one of my own form gave this week, that what they do is they go and stand in their back garden. So if you've got back garden, if you've got a front garden, you've got that outside space. If you haven't, go to your window and actually just allow yourself to stare into the distance, to give your eyes a chance to relax, to give you time to just kind of breathe really. But equally, there's lots of other ideas there on the screen for you, so you can pause the presentation at this point perhaps and have a little think about the things that would work best for you. Equally, on this presentation, on this slide rather, there are lots of links to websites that could guide you with this, where you would be listening to things rather than looking at things. Because what mindfulness basically is taking the time to be actually mindful of ourselves. That's why it's called mindfulness, to actually be there in the present and really kind of slow down our thinking, our breathing, and be aware of where we are. And you've got lots of different places there that can guide you through that. One of my form talked this week about the fact that they feel that their posture is not as good as it used to be because they're spending a lot of time on the computer and that they're feeling quite achy. So you've got lots of links here. Remember, you're going to look at this presentation in with your form tutors, but I'm also going to send it out to you, and I'm going to send out the PowerPoint that accompanied it so that you can click on these links for lots of different places where you can click on and have a go at some exercise for 5 minutes. Don't forget also, you've got the links that are being shared regularly from our own PE staff, and it might be that you go through their workout of the week in little 5-minute chunks, and that would do the same job. So lots of ideas there about how to get you moving in those 5-minute breaks. Another one of my form talked about the fact that they like to lie down. Again, that's going to stretch out your back in a way that when you're sitting rather working at your laptop or other devices, that's not the case. And it might well be that to really help you with that mindfulness, what you want to do is actually listen to some music. You can also see there that you've got therefore relaxation music, that actually it might well be that what you want to do is to have a little headphone in when you're going to sleep and you click play, and it's that music that sends you off to sleep and is there in the background that doesn't wake you up throughout the rest of the night, so that you get a good 8 hours plus sleep, because sleep is really important to our mental health and well-being. I've talked a lot about trying to be an agent for change yourself and make some small changes yourself to help your own mental health and well-being. If you feel that you need more support than turning to yourself and taking some of the advice in this presentation, there are lots of places that you can go to online for mental health support. Some of these are here for you. There are also places that we signpost you to on our own website. If you look at all of the menu choices at the top, that will direct you towards the one that is there to offer further support. And finally, there will be lots of adults who watch this presentation who also might feel that they would benefit from reaching out to external agencies that are there to offer guidance and support. So again, you've got places that you can go to if you are an adult watching this presentation and you feel that you would welcome some mental health support. I hope you found this presentation useful. Make sure that you are really thinking carefully about how to, if nothing else, do one thing differently from now on to try to support yourself with your own mental health and well-being. Thank you for watching.